Really good college basketball game. Game where a lot of plays were made. Unfortunately, Northwestern made the last play, and give them credit. Game in which they had 6 offensive rebounds. They got 2 of them in the last 3 minutes. And they give the Turner kid, give AJ a lot of credit for jumping up and making a shot. A guy who's not a really great three-point shooter stepped up and made it. But I thought both teams made a lot of plays, and we didn't execute the side out of bounds. Kind of fumbled the handoff and didn't get a great look at the end. But really pleased with Adonis tonight, and Georgie picks up a couple early ones. I'm excited about his play in the last 2 Big Ten games. We had 42 points in the paint. That's more like it. More free throw attempts tonight than our opponent. I like the balance that we played with tonight, and I thought our half-court execution was, for the most part, pretty good. And we picked our spots in transition. Io had another superb game in terms of picking his spots, getting to the rim and finishing. Made some hard finishes. And then I thought DeMonte was extremely aggressive in terms of 10 free throw attempts, getting to the line, some big rebounds, and then he was back to himself defensively. So I've done this 31 years, and you see it all, and you lose some of these games, but eventually they come back to you, and we got a hurting locker room. Our locker room, there's a lot of tears in that locker room. And as a coach, you feel for them, and yet you walk away from them and you're excited because it hurts. And that's when you're playing the right way. And that's when you're playing for the name on the front of your jersey. And this team will continue to stay together, will continue to fight on, I hope we look back at January 6th, the night of a tough loss, and grow, and look back and say this is a game that really helped us grow and mature. And we played well enough to win. Northwestern made the last play, and I give them a lot of credit.
Brad, what did you draw up for the shot clock violation play, and what happened? What did you see?
Well, it was real simple, little dribble flow play. We tried to get blank on that, whether it was Trent or Io. Coming off of it anyway, the ball ended up in Kipper's hands, and as we do in anything, we try to drive the ball late. He felt like he couldn't get it off, but again, it was one of the few times all night we didn't execute late.
What do you think made it so emotional for the guys tonight, or today particularly?
Well, I think they're tired of it. I think they're, it's a 2-possession game with 2.5 to go at Indiana, and you got a chance to win that game. And I think through the tough losses. So what's this one? I think 9 of our 11, we've had leads in the second half at some point, and I challenge anybody to go play our schedule and play 5 home games. And haven't played one at home yet in the Big Ten. These kids are bought in now. They're fighting their tail up. They're becoming closer through all of this, and that's exciting. And it makes it a challenge, and yet it makes it really, really fun. We're starting to see, 2 of our top 3 scorers are freshmen. Our leading scorer is a sophomore. We're starting to see improvement from Alan Griffin, and we're starting to see DeMonte Williams blossoming right in front of our eyes. So this is a bunch of young pups that went against a team that I think, if I'm not mistaken, loses 7 guys. 6 or 7. They lose a boatload. We're getting there. We're getting there. So it's the buy-in that I've been searching for since I've been here, and we'll keep fighting.
8 days ago, Adonis sits against Florida Atlantic because his knee's bothering him, and now
he heard it.
Best
he heard
game.
it. Yeah. He's had his 2 best games. He's had a great week.
What's happened this week where he's been able to put it together like that?
Gotten in better shape. He's I think a little bit of it is matchups, guys that guys that he's able to be successful guarding. But I think it's his health, his conditioning, all have enabled him. And I'll be honest, I'd like to see more minutes from him. And we're going to, when you've got an ACL, it's not like you get on the treadmill and just go beat it up to get in better shape. It takes time. And then he's feeling more comfortable. And I love the physicality he's given us and the toughness. And, and he can score that ball around the rim.
It feels like when he gets going, those guys really, like he in particular, when he gets going, those guys really get excited, just kind of knowing his journey. What is his role in that locker room to make him so gravitating for those guys?
Well, he's an old man, for one, so I think everybody respects him. The fact that he's been through a lot of the battles, so I think there's a tremendous amount of respect for him, knowing that when he says something, he's lived it. He's been on the road in tough environments, and he's had a lot of battles and a lot of injuries and different things, and so I think there's a lot of respect for him, and that's from me as well. And he's a kid that just keeps working and puts his head down and keeps plowing forward.
I guess one on knees. DeMonte hasn't worn the brace the last 2 games. I mean, is he just feeling better without it, or?
I didn't even notice. I don't know. Ask him. I don't know. And we know his knee's completely healthy. I don't know if that was a precautionary deal, but if he's going to continue to play like that without it, let's make sure he keeps it off.
Brad, what's it say about your team? You want to go to the 3, but you still competed until the end and really found the paint today.
A lot of ways to win a game, and a lot of ways to challenge to win a game, and yet it's a game that 42 points in the paint. I'll take that, and I mean, we only took 11 threes. Give some of the credit to Northwestern's defense. I thought we got some decent looks, but yet, rare occasion that happens. But man, we executed well. We got the ball to our spots. We got what we wanted, and some nights that ball doesn't go in. But I felt really good about the way we played offensively tonight.
Coach, on that late shot clock, Trent passes the ball up, 5 seconds left to Kipper. Where's he at with his killer instinct, his confidence right now? Is that lacking at all?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a, I think Trent had 6 assists the other night. I think Trent works really, really hard to try to make the right plays and make teammates better. I don't think there's any that's the one thing I don't think Trent ever lacks is confidence. And he shoots the shot. I still think it's going in every time he shoots it. So I think he's in a good place, and it's like I keep telling everybody, when you those will flip. Those will flip. I hope sooner than later.
Trent had one guy to beat with when he called the timeout at 7.5 seconds left. He second-guessed calling that timeout at all?
No.
Did Northwestern make an adjustment in the last minute of the game to prevent you from getting the sets off?
I mean, they do what they do. They switched. We were trying to put Vic Law in every action that we could put him in because they switch everything and got him off our guy. And then they had a decision to make because he had 4 fouls. So it was just a little bit of a chess match there that, how we were trying to attack him, but strategically they didn't make any change, and they made a great defensive play on the last play.
Savion only plays 4 minutes in his return. What do you see in limited time from him?
Well, it's going to take him. It's going to take him a minute or two to get his feet wet and get back under him and understand what that feels like to put on the jersey. It's completely different in practice, and so we'll. Kipper had a terrific ball game tonight, and I was pleased with him. And if Kipper hadn't played well, Tevin would probably got more minutes. So, but thank goodness Kip was good, and we'll see how that role continues to develop as we move forward.
Coach, what do you think of the atmosphere and the building?
Oh, the building's fantastic. I mean, kudos to their administration, and it's fantastic. I loved seeing all the orange in the stands. That's always great. And of course, Illinois fans are so passionate and so prideful, and it's great to see that. So, for Sunday noon with the Bears football game, I'm sure Northwestern would have liked a little better attendance and home crowd, but the Illinois people took care of that.
In the first half, maybe
Make this
about
last
that
question.
8-minute mark or so, what did you maybe start doing better defensively after Northwestern got going on lots of dunks and layups?
Well, I think we just settled down and guarded the ball. You know, our game plan going in was ball pressure, and you know, taking their stuff away. They're a great system team. They're one of the top teams in the country in assists, and they want to run their system, and they want to be free and easy and be able to pass the ball and move the ball, and if you let them do that, they're really good. That's a good basketball team. And once we sat down and guarded the basketball, they got a little uncomfortable. They started. We took some of those things away, and then it became a one-on-one game, and then we got them out of their stuff, which helped us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right around here on the corner, we'll have Iron, Dots, and Monte.
There's steps over here, Brad.